Like everyone has to get into a relationship knowing that their partner has the ability to cheat on them.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
And we still make a choice to love them.
Yeah.
So like God created human beings knowing that they have the ability to like sin or do
So you
whatever.
don't believe God knew it already? You don't believe that God, when creating humans, already knew that was going to happen? Because some people would always argue God is all knowing, you know? So
I think,
they knew the outcome.
and this is just my personal belief. This is not like, it's not what a Catholic or Baptist thinks.
Okay,
It's what Jill
yeah.
thinks. I think God is all knowledgeable of all things. So like
Okay.
every possible outcome, like he knows the outcome of if I slap you in the face, if I slapped you in the face, if I left here, if I never did this. Like,
Yeah.
I think God is knowledgeable of every potential outcome, including the outcomes that like actually transpire.
Okay. Do you believe in alternate realities? Do you think we're the only conscious Earth in the universe?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I completely disagree.
When you say conscious, do you mean like other life? There's other life in the universe,
Off-
or do you mean
out of
like?
Earth.
Do you think there's like alternative realities to this?
I think both.
Ooh, I don't know about alternative
Really?
realities. I think this is reality. Like
No,
This is the only-
not for you or me. I'm saying, do you not believe that there are infinite amount of Joes on an infinite amount of perspectives existing? And if you say no, then I'd ask you, why wouldn't you argue that God has created all of that to know every outcome or to play out every outcome?
okay, this is good. So I don't believe that there's an infinite amount of Joes, but I
Okay.
think God can see the infinite amount of possibilities of Joe because he's
Okay.
God. I think it's a reality that like exists in the mind of God and not like played out in the physical world.
It's like an advanced chess player.
Yeah.
Every move you could make, but
yeah,
we're here.
100%.
What you guys were talking about is in the church, it's the topic of predestination, which is like
We talked about
basically what you were talking about. I mean, it's a huge debate, if you will. So
Yes.
that's kind of what y'all were talking about without
Yeah.
naming it exclusively.
Yeah, I do think we actually had a conversation like months ago about predestiny, but I don't know. I struggle to think that everything that you'll do in life is already written. That every single action has already been determined for you. But I also struggle to think that if there is God, right, as we know it, that God would not know exactly how things play out.
Where does the struggle lie then?
Because which one seems more possible or which one seems to make the more sense, let's say from God's perspective? You create life and you know exactly how they're going to live their life, or you create life and you create the circumstance and then see how they live their life.
Yeah.
And then maybe when you pray, if I say, God, please help me to do this podcast today, does God say, okay, I'll make sure that as you drive, everything's good? Or do I hit traffic and have to stay in traffic for 5 hours? And then do I pray? You know, like you have to ask yourself, is, predestiny a real thing? And does it make sense?
So, as someone who was a non-believer a year ago, reading the Old Testament, I always wondered, like, what happened during Noah's Ark? And, like, for me, it would never make sense that God knew, like, what was going to happen before it happened. Like, why would he know that and then destroy all the people for, let's say Noah to go on the ark and then remake everything again? I feel like it wouldn't make sense if he already knew that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, where would be the fun in it? That's kind of what I think.
It's kind of like if I give you, like, if I have kids and I'm just like, okay, like, you guys go out and play, but like I know exactly what. There is a degree of like, do you really want to know? If I asked you right now, would you like to know how and when you'll die? Would you say yes?
No.
Exactly. Why? Because there's some kind of spontaneity that is important in terms of just being able to experience things.
Well, this is what's interesting. Like, you know who did know when they were going to die?
Who?
Jesus.
Okay.
And he willingly died the death. So I think I'm incapable of doing that because I'm a human being and I don't want to know. But like, I think there was, like, in the same way that like God knew like the people were gonna sin, yet still let them do it.
Yeah.
I think a part of it is like, if God doesn't let us do it, there is no free will. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and I feel like a lot of it is like, God loves us so much that he would rather us prove to ourselves like, you suck.